Good morning and welcome back to my channel, Happier and Healthier with your girl B. If you're new here, my name is Beth Battersby. Thank you for being here. You guys, let's get into this video. So for today, I am gonna take you guys on a day through the life of getting back on track. I think a lot of you guys probably can relate, but my schedule has just gone to a flunk lately. Summer is always such a busy time for me, busy with company, busy traveling, busy enjoying the sun. And with that, I usually just let everything else go. This is my relaxation time, and I hope that you did the same this summer, because when's a better time to do it? But now that the summer is coming to an end, I want to get back on track. I want to start setting some new goals. So with that being said, the plan today is I'm just outside the gym, so we're gonna go do a quick chest workout, gonna head on home, start setting some goals and scheduling them in, kind of how I break them up and what I think works best for me and what may work best for you as well if you want to start setting some new goals for this fall. And with that, I'm also going to take you guys on a quick tour through my kitchen. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but I promise you there is going to be some really good tips and tricks in there on how to make the healthier foods or bigger meals more accessible, and then also to kind of hide the sweets. Make you want them just a little bit less, because I'm all about these tips and tricks for me, because for me, if it was up to me, I would just be eating ice cream and chocolate all day, all day, all day. So I had to train myself, had to prep the kitchen. So yeah, so that's the plan. We're gonna go to the gym, we're gonna set some goals, and I'm just gonna take you guys through my kitchen and how I prepare it best. I find if I'm ever trying to achieve any goals, the only way I can do it is by being prepared. So that's pretty much what this entire day is gonna be. It's gonna be catching up on life and then just preparing a little bit extra. So that's the plan. Let's get to it. I can't wait. Next place I'm gonna see is the gym. So I'll see you up there. Chest day, baby. Woo! First stop, always Starbucks for my triple espresso. Okay, guys, I'll see you at the gym. That's why you get pumped at the gym. Big Booty Mix on SoundCloud. So good. We'll see number 19 today. Woo! Try it out. Tell you. So today we're doing chest, tries, and shoulders. I'm following my roommate's split right now because it's kind of a combination of the splits we've made together, and it's amazing, and I'm so excited for it. She's gonna be a killer.
Alrighty, you guys, so we're gonna get straight into it here. Starting off by just warming up the chest. I like to use just a long resistance band for this. I cross it along my back and just really try to engage my chest muscles as I bring it forward. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do here is grab some 5-pound plates or 5-pound dumbbells. Will work great for this as well. We're just gonna warm up our rotator cuffs here. So it's important just to make sure every angle you're making with your body is a 90-degree angle with these movements, and just making sure you're keeping your core, back, and shoulders nice and engaged. Okay, so with those light weights there, you're just gonna do some lateral raises just to warm up your shoulders a little bit more and give them a good stretch. Bring them forward, back, all around you can. Alrighty, so in our first movement here, you're gonna do an elbows to hands plank with a push-up at the top. This one is one of my favorites. Really engage your core while doing this, and you're gonna feel the burn for sure. Okay, so now that we've done a few light weight movements, I'm ready to get into my compound movements. So for this workout, I'm doing my chest press as a compound movement, starting off with 25s per side, just warming up my muscles, and then I'm gonna start lifting a bit heavier and challenging my body. After doing my 35s per side, I usually go back down to 25s just to try and break my plateau a little more. Okay, so straight from chest press, you're gonna go into standing shoulder press with a barbell. These ones are great to engage quite a few muscles in the body, so just make sure you're holding your core nice and tight. From the shoulder press, you're gonna go straight into shoulder front raises with a barbell here. And then you can take that exact same one and go straight into upright rows. This is a burner for the shoulders, so definitely try it out. So now we're going into my favorite plyo push-ups. I just put a step in front of me so I can push up off the ground onto that, just to make my push-ups a little bit more challenging. Next up, dumbbell shoulder press. Oof, this one has always been one of my favorites. Cable machine for your next one. You're going to use it for your tricep push down. So these ones are great for a tricep pump. You just want to keep your elbows nice and close to your body while flaring out your hands at the bottom. Superset that with some lateral raises. Killer. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain to you here is the fact that if you rotate your grip in while doing a shoulder press, you'll feel it a lot more on your triceps. Whew, this one is a burner, and also our last exercise of this workout.
Alrighty, so just finished that workout. It was the death of me, you guys. I was in there sweating so much. But I'm just gonna quickly run to the grocery store and then I'm heading on my way home. Alrighty, you guys, welcome to my kitchen. Happy to have you here. Okay, so for getting back on track when it comes to food, this one is the hardest for me to get ahead of. But man, does it ever make a difference to be prepared when it does come to wanting to live a healthier lifestyle. So I'm gonna teach you guys my tips and tricks. The kitchen is not my place of joy. I like being in here, quick, easy. That's how I always want it to be. So if you're like me and don't really enjoy spending a lot of time cooking, like I do on occasion, but for the most part, you should really stick with me because I can tell you I have the best half-fast tricks for the kitchen. So let me just give you a quick rundown of kind of what I like to have going on in my kitchen and how I feel best prepared. I was gonna do like a grocery haul and everything with this, but I thought it would just become way too long. So later on, I promise you, I will do a prep with me video and only that because it will be a long one.
So when it does come to prepping the kitchen, I strongly encourage you to set away some time, whether it's right after grocery shopping or within the next following days, to prep some meals, prep some salads, cut up some vegetables, clean some fruit, just making all those healthier foods more accessible. Prep some salads, so I've just put my favorite vegetables in with lettuce, and then I add goat cheese and olive oil almost like when I'm ready to eat them, and they're so good. Goat cheese changes a salad all the time. Ready to eat fruits and vegetables is a game changer. I'm going to take my clean berries and put them in a container. I just put a piece of paper towel in there just so I can grab the moisture, and it'll keep the berries good for longer because that's what I'm all about. I don't want to throw out food. My roommate has the best tips and tricks on how to keep food as long as possible. So paper towel is a great way. And then once you have your fresh fruit into the container, look how easy it is. Just pop it in your mouth. Where is my lid? Blackberries are so good. Having an organized fridge is honestly the most crucial part of preparing food. When I have things going bad in the fridge, I don't even want to look in here. So just make sure you're always staying on top of it. Okay, so along with those freshly prepped salads, I just want to show you what else I have here in the fridge. So this is a must-have. This is my favorite yogurt. I eat it every morning. Great source of protein. Okay, and along with that, I have some dips here. Lots of hummus, tofu, yum. Just things that would be easy to make. Some soup that's just super quick. Throw it in the microwave. And then down here, I have some prepped chicken breasts, rice, and some protein pasta I made. And I also have all of my milks. I do drink a lot of chocolate milk. I think I've mentioned this in a video before. So I have my chocolate milk there and my skim milk, and I actually do have a couple Powerades right now, just because I've been craving them. Okay, so now that I've shown you the fridge, I kind of just explain what I like to have prepped in my fridge at all times for an easy grab. So I love having salads ready, just keep the dressing on the side, so easy. I also love having meals ready. I find a lot of times if I'm too tired to cook, I'll end up ordering out. And that just becomes a very bad habit because once you start ordering out, you completely neglect the fridge. Everything goes bad. It's not a good cycle to get into. This is the cycle we're trying to break here. So get ahead, prep a couple meals for the week and prep some vegetables, some salads, some fruits, and they're just easy to grab. You open up the container, have a couple bites, throw it back in. Perfect. Now I want to show you guys my cupboard. My cupboard is honestly where I keep all my snacks, all my good stuff.
My cupboard's where I go when I want something a little sweet. Yeah, so with my cupboard, if I do have anything that I love or like can't hold myself back from, for example, for me it's Tim Tams. I have a love for Tim Tams. They're like an Australian cookie. They're chocolate caramel inside. So good. But once I open a pack, I have the hardest time not eating the whole thing, and literally my stomach will be aching and I'll just be like, oh, give me another Tim Tam. A great option for that if you have any foods that you have that kind of relationship with. Hey, if it's Tim Tams, you and I were twins, but if not, I'll accept it. It's totally fine. But a really great option that's been working well for me is what I do is I saran wrap it and then I put a couple elastic bands over it. So it's a little bit harder to get into. So I actually have to think, like, do I really want a Tim Tam? Am I willing to put the effort in for it? And then I have those easy accessible foods in the fridge. So just doing like little mind games like that can totally change your thinking while you're in the kitchen grabbing food. And I think it's really crucial to prepare to have good eating, healthy habits. So you guys, that is how I prepare myself in the kitchen. The last thing I do when I am trying to get back on track, trying to set some goals and trying to achieve them, I also write them down. So that's where we're gonna head to next is my desk. Alrighty guys, let's get to some goal setting. This is my favorite part of trying to get back on track. I finished my show, just got my certificate through ISSA. So pretty much everything that I was really working towards, I have done. So now it's time to start some new goals and get to them. So when it comes to goals, there's 4 things you need to do. You need to write it down. It's got to be measurable. So make sure you can figure out what you have to do and be able to break it down. It's got to be realistic, because if it's not realistic, you'll end up giving up. And the last thing there is it needs to have a timeline. So you got to have a date that you want to have this goal done by. So there's 2 types of goals. There's outcome goals and behavior goals. So outcome goals is what we think of when we think of goals. For me, my outcome goals right now is I want to build strength. I want to post more on social media, but this isn't how I'm going to achieve those goals. This is just what I want. So behavior goals is exactly how I'm going to achieve those goals. So what I have to do to achieve those big outcome goals. So what you start off with is your outcome goals. Write them down on a list and write down the timeline that you want to have them done by. So with all that being said, I'm going to start off by writing down my outcome goals here, and then we're going to break them down together, and hopefully you can use these kind of tools to break down your own goals and get to achieving your own goals as well. That's the plan. Okay, so now I have my 4 outcome goals here. I have be prepared and more consistent on all platforms, my strength in the gym, prepping for my big move, and then completing my last 2 ISSA courses. So from that, I'm gonna write down my behavior goals. So what I'm gonna do to achieve these goals. So you really wanna be specific with these goals. For strength, for example, I've written down every single PR that I want to hit from the certain movements I've chose. So that is really important when you're looking into strength or any kind of gym goal. If it's to lose weight, okay, how much weight do you want to lose and by what time, and how are you going to regulate that? Okay, so for strength, that's what I've done. I've written down the PR of each one, and how I plan on achieving that is by working towards it each week, along with eating a lot more. The more calories you consume, the more energy you'll have, and the more strong you can be. Alrighty, and like I said with strength, I've already written down my strength goals and my PR goals. I wrote them down just like this, and then from there, I'm gonna go and incorporate them into my schedule with my split. With my split, I'm gonna write down my goal for that workout from the time that I've chose. So for example, I want to squat 2.5 plates for 10 reps by the time I move to Vancouver. Okay, so with it being 6 weeks from now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I can squat now for 10 reps, which is just under 2 plates, probably 2 plates if I really tried. So I have a half plate to go. So what I'm going to do is every week I'm going to try and add 2.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds until I am at the 2.5 plate mark for 10 reps. So just like that, it's simple, easy. What you have to do is just break it down to day by day. I know it seems very tedious, but it is the best way to achieve those goals, and they don't seem as overwhelming then. The only way for me, at least, to not feel overwhelmed by my goals and what I have to do to achieve them is by breaking it down. Honestly, I just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that each day, and that's how I end up forming these big outcome goals. It's the small things that add up to the big things. You know what I'm saying? I know you do. So you guys, that is how I like to get my life back together. It's very hard sometimes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than planned. But hey, if it takes you a week, if it takes you a month, as long as you finally start to get into that happy and healthier schedule, you're gonna be fine. So that is all from me today. Thank you so much for sticking along and getting back on track with your girl B. I just really want to drill the idea of being prepared while trying to live a happier and healthier lifestyle is crucial. So please do try this at home. If you guys have any questions at all, don't be afraid to reach out at me. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, email me. You can even comment down below wherever you want to do. I'll answer. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys all so soon. I can't wait to come at you guys with more content. I do have great plans for YouTube, and I can't wait to dive deep into them. So enjoy your day, and thanks again. Love y'all.